Mute, one of the best anchor operators in the game if it weren't for the fact that your ranked teammates never reinforce anything. Smoke, either you really know what you're doing or there was a Monty last round. Sledge, you hear C4 rips in your nightmares. Thatcher, you're practically begging somebody to pick a hard breach operator. Pulse, only really an active player when some C4 hero play is on the line. Otherwise you're practically a ghost. Castle, Rayora on defense. Ash, you're hopped up on enough Adderall to give a horse a heart attack, which means that once every 6 deaths, you'll get a clip to share to TikTok. Thermite, you're practically begging somebody to bring wall gadget denial. Rook, mostly picked in the past for the ACOG, now picked for nostalgia. Doc, mostly picked in the past for an ACOG, now picked because you're just an asshole. Twitch, mostly picked for the F2 even though nobody can control its recoil and the 417 is far superior. Montaigne, mostly picked not because of the shield, but because your favorite pastime is suddenly being stranded in 2v5s every round. Bandit, you don't want to play Kaede and the MP7 is a cool gun. Jaeger, Ash mains have to have something to play on defense. Blitz, school bully who wishes their shoulders weren't quite so broad. IQ, there's a Valkyrie or an Echo on the enemy team and they must atone for their sins. Capcan, realistically you get one explosion before these get cleared or you're banned. Tachanka, reworked into an actually useful plant denial operator despite Pearl Clutchers telling you otherwise. Glaz, the biggest victim of siege timing. Fuse, guys, the Fuse the hostage meme stopped being funny around 7 years ago. Just let it die. Buck, Ash main has a, quote, change of heart and swears that it's for the gadget. Frost, doesn't have an ice-related gadget. Blackbeard, you weren't bullied enough as a child and it shows. Valkyrie, surely your teammates will use your cameras this round. Caveira, interrogation! Capitao, the one-man band of Rainbow Six. He can open hatches, reinforced walls, break bulletproof utility, provide plant coverage, and flush out defenders, and he's a 3-speed operator. So basically, this is the maid of Rainbow Six cleaning up for everyone else. Echo, honestly a much stronger operator than most people have patience for. Hibana, Ash mains play hard breach and swear it's for the gadget. Mira, whoops, never seen again. Jackal, so you like feet, huh? Lesion, just a little prick. Ying, you start salivating at the sight of a warden ban. Ella, the Scorpion is a laser beam in the hands of your opponents and a drunkard's piss stream in the hands of your allies. Zofia, did not deserve the speed nerf when every other operator in her category outclasses her now. Vigil, the first operator to be released without a gadget. Dokebi, if they took away the SMG-12, people would finally realize that this operator has been completely power crept in solo queue. Lion, red light, green light. Finka, rush strategies still work in 2026, right? Alibi, the only operator where you're actively encouraged to not bring cosmetics. Maestro, his cameras are basically just rage bait personified. Clash, being a black British operator that has a shield on defense opens you to an entire library of slurs from the enemy team. Maverick, the only counter to Maverick is being a low table team from APAC. Kaede, you don't want to go through the active work of playing Bandit, and the TCSG is a pretty cool gun. Nomad, non-lethal claymores make for funny ragdolls. Mozzie, picked for Martin Copping's voice acting and that one reload animation. Gridlock, the floor is lava, the stairs are lava, and the rush plant will definitely work this time. Warden, the second operator to be released without a gadget. Nook. Goyo. Amaru. Every time I see this operator pick, I immediately think that the round will turn into a 4v5. Oh, sick. I love playing 4v5s. Wamai, the cooler Jaeger with better sight setup potential. Kali, the limb damage update has done irreparable damage to this operator's lethality. Oryx. Iana has been missing ever since they took away the ability to cook grenades. Melusi, the only people I see playing this operator are the ones that got bored of playing Legion. Ace, Ubisoft really looked us dead in the eye and said that this operator was balanced on release. Aruni, hitting the hitbox on this gadget is more difficult than landing headshots. Zero, retired Ubisoft IP is demoted to playing Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Thunderbird, you played supports in Overwatch or League of Legends and needed something to translate. Flores, Claymore Roomba counters everything. Thorn, I honestly don't know what Ubisoft was thinking giving the Irish operator a proximity triggered shrapnel explosive. Osa, the poster child for why defenders should not burn impact nades on rotates. Azami, turns any room into a makeshift corn maze. Sens, the biggest victim of bad collision and uncoordinated sight pushes. Solus, Pulse, but IQ and way cooler. Grim, not the bees. Fenrir, Omen from Valorant, but reborn as a furry twink. Brava, Plagiarism, the Operator.
Ram, deploy the floor-eating Roomba.
Tuberal, doesn't have a gadget that catches you in its sharp teeth. Deimos, the first operator whose design is to rage bait you into a 1v1. Scopos, similar to how Latinos can double jump and trans people can air dash, this confirms that disabled people can teleport. Reora, castle, but on attack. Denari, laser line art gets displaced by one well-placed bullet or a stray frag grenade. And finally, Solid Snake, droning be damned, I got my cool new government issue iPad. And that's all the operators. Thanks for listening. I'm never doing this again. Bye-bye.